Hello, everybody. So, welcome to our new lesson. But before we move on, let us review first our previous lesson, lesson 1, and that was entitled Listening Strategies. So, what are the two listening strategies that we discussed in lesson 1? Okay, do you still remember? Yes, we have top down and bottom up listening strategy. Now, what is the difference between the two? You still recall? Okay, for top-down listening strategy, it is listener-based strategy. It focuses on yourself as a listener. While on the other hand, the bottom-up listening strategy is actually text-based. So you focus on the language and the grammar, the mechanics of a certain text. Okay, I hope you will bear this in mind and do not forget this lesson so that as we move on to the next lesson, you still have you are still knowledgeable enough, okay? So, let us have week 2. Okay, our week 2 is entitled Locating Specific Sources. So, this will run from November 22 to 27, 2021. Okay? So this lesson deals with locating specific resources using an online search engine. While there are numerous means and platforms to locate information we need from available resources, resorting to ones that run electronically will usually be one's primary option. Technology has indeed done a great job in making things possible and easier to do in a shorter amount of time compared to doing them manually. So guys, I want you to focus on the highlighted keywords that I have here on this slide. Okay, we have online search engine, run electronically, technology. And based from these words and the clip art that I chose from Inspiration Feed, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we will focus on the internet. So for this week, you need to use technology, your gadgets, your smartphones, and your laptops. And of course, have your data on for this week because we will do an online search. Yes, you hear it right. This will be about online searching. Okay? So let's find out if you are familiar with this. For Monday, this is just an initial task. Okay, task 1 says, identify which of the statements below are true about online search engines. Copy and answer the given table in your notebook. Use a check to mark the ones which you think are true and a cross for those you consider false. So class, kokopyahin muna para ma-checkan at ma-ekesan. Huwag basta check and X lang. Kasi ang direction natin says, copy the questions, okay? So let me read. An online search engine is similar to a web page. Actually, this is what we call activating prior knowledge. Gusto lang niyang malaman syempre of course, yung teacher nyo, kung may alam ka ba dito sa ating pag-uusapan. So, if you were able to answer this, whether you're correct or wrong, it doesn't matter because you are just giving an impression of what you know about our topic. Okay, so let's move on to number 2. We need online search engines to lead us to sources in the internet. 3. A search engine may still work even without the internet. And 4. A website is another term for a search engine. And number 5, search engines make our access to the information we need possible. Okay? Madali lang naman na I think itong mga statements na to, true or false lang, based on what you know. Okay? Based on your previous knowledge, yung tinatawag nating background knowledge. Okay, after answering Task 1, another initial test Monday, we will move on to Task 2. Check your background knowledge about online search engines. Classify each item below as to general, meta search, and specific. Write your answers in your notebook. So based from a direction, hindi nyo na kailangan kopyahin yung items. Just write your answers in your notebook. And I hope you are familiar with this. So again, tetestingin lang natin ano ba yung alam natin. MSN Bing, Dogpile, Blingo, Google, Ask.com, GSTore, Yahoo, Academic Search, Metacrawler, AltaVista. Okay, actually, the first time that I saw these items, hindi ako lahat familiar eh. Like AltaVista and Dogpile. I'm using MSN's Bing, but Dogpile and AltaVista I am not so familiar with. Okay, after answering those two activities, Task 1 and Task 2 on Monday, we will move on to Lecture Tuesday. Yes, lecture lang po kayo sa Tuesday. So, meaning, basa-basa lang and then unawain natin kung ano yung talagang pinag-uusapan in our lesson. So, read with me. Online search engines. While the library is usually the primary go-to place for students when they are in need of information or data from specific resources, technology has deeply changed the way we perceive library work and research, from using electronic resources like online public access catalog, or what we call OPAC, to accessing a wide array of online libraries from all over the world through the mechanism of online search engine. So I hope, class, you will remember the meaning of OPAC. Again, it is online public access catalog. So, pag sinabi nating online, of course, digital daw siya, ginagamitan ng internet, pero pag the word sabi doon, public, so kahit sino pwedeng gumamit, ano. And if you're familiar with the card catalog, parang ganito din yon, digital lamang ang OPAC. The World Wide Web, or the www. Or the internet, contains truckloads of information. The primary key to navigating the internet successfully and with ease is actually knowing where to start. This is where the roles of a search engine come into play. So allow me to stop in this. Naalala ko lang dito sa knowing where to start. Once I heard from a co-teacher of mine, yun daw mga batang nangongopya actually sa internet, okay? Ay nauubos din ng oras kasi nahihirapan din silang mag-research ng isasagot nila. Well, kahit ganun, it is not justifiable. Syempre, pangungopya pa rin yun. The reason why I personally made this video, so that you will be able to begin with yourself, okay? Magsisimula ka sa sarili mo. Kasi nga, kaya nga tinataglish natin tong lesson so that everybody can relate. So, manood ka ng video, unawain mo, and then begin answering using your own knowledge. Kaysa maubos yung iyong oras sa paghahanap ng sagot, okay? Ikaw na mismo ang gumawa ng sagot. And then, let's move on. An online search engine is actually a program that searches for words or phrases in documents, most often in articles, web pages, and published materials in the internet. Okay, tingnan nyo ito, klase itong meaning, online search daw, ginagamitan siya ng words or phrases. So that is also the reason why I know that you copy something in the internet. So pag itinype mo yan doon, let's say one word, let's say listening strategy. Di ba lalabas na yung napakadaming definition. And based from that, makikita mo yung kung alin ang pare-parehas. Kung alin yung talagang kinopya directly from World Wide Web. Okay? So, there are three kinds or classification of search engine. Let's begin with the biggest one, and that is known as general search engine. So from the word general, sabi nga, it referred to wide-ranging search engines capable of searching millions upon millions of sites for specific information. These include the likes of MSN, As.com, Yahoo, and Google. Okay? So, ito daw yung mga search engine kung saan napakadami mong makikitang information. There are millions of sites, okay, that support your research. Again, anong tawag sa kanila? General search engine. Okay, number 2 is a meta search engine. On the other hand, works by actually using other search engines to find the needed information. It works the same way when you use a website to help find the best deals on a particular product or say flight booking for your trip. Popular examples of this type include Blingo, Dogpile, and Metacrawler. So, tingnan natin yung mga keywords natin dito. Kanina, yung general search engine, anong keywords natin doon? Millions, wide-ranging information. So here, sa meta search engine, meron daw siyang ginagamit na other search engine to find the needed information. So, pag kinilik mo halimbawa si Google, i-direct ka pa uli niya sa isa pang site. At sabi dito, it works the same way when you use a website. So, kaparehas daw siya ng isang website. Okay, tingnan nyo itong Trivago. If you're familiar with this, if you're going on a trip, I remember when we first booked for a hotel, yung kay Paris Hilton, doon sa Manila, o bongga, ano. So, unlike before, pag magbubook ka ng ganun, kailangan mong maghanap ng iba't ibang contact details, and then magtatanong ka talaga, magkano po itong ganitong room, alin po ang pinakamura, alin po ang pinakamaganda. So, using this website, Trivago, ikiklik mo lang doon kung kailan ka magstay sa hotel, kung magkano yung budget mo, and other preferences, and then ibibigay ni Trivago ang iba't ibang klase ng hotel using the price na inilagay mo doon. Okay, ganun ka high-tech, ganun siya ka user-friendly. So, unlike na sabi ko nga, tatawag ka ng tatawag, hindi mo kailangan tumawag sa napakadami at makausap mo, let's say, 10 hotels para lang mag-book. Just using this website, Trivago, it gives you a wide or siguro at I think mga hundreds of hotels that fits your budget. Okay? So number 3, finally, a specific search engine, as the name implies, is a much smaller and more specific type and is designed more specifically for certain users' need. A good example for this type is a periodical database on culture, history, politics, and government, which are usually accessed for research purposes. Some examples under this type are academic search, JSTOR, and LexisNexis. Okay? So, sabi nga doon, it's more specific. It's more smaller. So, kanina, again, let's begin with number 1, general search engine. Number 2, meta search. And then we have the specific search engine. So, meron tayo dito tatlo na classification of online search engine that you need to remember on Tuesday. And actually, okay, yan. Actually, class, after understanding our lecture, you can go back to Learning Test 2 and you can actually check your answers. Kung tama ba yung inilagay mo dito kay MSN, kay Dogpile, kay Blingo, and kay Google. And I hope you will be honest in checking your own work for Learning Test 2. So again, I repeat, Learning Test 2 was done last Monday or will be done on Monday, and this is just an initial test. It simply activates your prior knowledge about our topic for this week. Okay, let's move on. Wednesday. So learning task 4, reach out to 3 persons at home or in your neighborhood if possible. If you have a way to access the internet, this may be done using social media platforms like Facebook Messenger or via email. You may also use SMS text message to get the information you need. Ask them to cite at least 3 online search engines that they know and use. Also ask them how these search engines help them locate specific resources. In your notebook, copy and answer the matrix provided below. Okay, so last year kasi, kaya ganito ang direction dyan. Last year kasi, di ba, may COVID. So, hindi tayo pwede magkaroon ng face-to-face interview. Kaya, ipinupush yung paggamit ng social media. But since today, as of today, Batangas City is under alert level 2 pero hindi po yun pagsabog ng Bulkan Taal. Kundi ito ay impression lang na pwede na rin kayong magkaroon ng mga face-to-face communication. Children are allowed in the mall and of course, face shields are no longer mandatory. So, pwede na kayo mag-interview. Eto yan, hahanap lang ng 3. Itatanong, ano po ang search engine na ginagamit ninyo? And again, another question, paano daw nakakatulong ang search engine na to sa inyo? Okay, let me give you an example here. So, let's say, Uncle Ramon. So hindi lang Ramon ha. Sino si Ramon? Siya ba itatay mo, tiyo mo, tiya mo, or whatever? Okay, so naglagay tayo ng pangalan, Uncle Ramon. So, Uncle Ramon is using YouTube. Or ang sabi niyo YouTube, pero it is called YouTube in America. And then, how this YouTube app help Uncle Ramon? So, sabi niya, YouTube helps Uncle Ramon in listening and watching his favorite old songs. He was happy to see them as they sing the 1980s hits. Okay, di ba? Kasi during the time of our lolo and lolas and of course our uncle and aunties, there was never a YouTube. You cannot really watch your favorite artist. Siguro sa TV. Pero you cannot play it back whenever and wherever you want. But using this app, di ba, you can actually play and replay and repeat whatever it is that you like most. Kung ano yung gusto mong panoodin, pwede mo panoodin hanggang manahawa ka. Okay, salamat sa YouTube. Napakadami natin natututunan dyan. So, ganun lang kadali class yung Wednesday natin. Then, let's move on. Thursday. Learning Task 5. Make a research about 5 best search engines for students like you. Provide a short explanation for each highlighting how it may help in locating specific resources needed. Do this in your notebook. So, pag sinabi natin make a research, pwede kang magtanong or pwede mong gamitin, alin? Ito. Pwede mong gamitin ang Google, ang Yahoo, ang Ask.com, ang MSN, ang Bing, and About, and other general search engine. Okay, 5 ang hinihingi, ano? So, 5 iba't iba. Hindi 5 YouTube or 5 Google. 5 iba't iba po. Okay? After writing the 5 search engines, okay, that you chose or that you will choose, you're going to write the advantages and uses of this search engine. Saan ba ginagamit si Yahoo? Saan ba ginagamit si Google? Saan ba ginagamit si YouTube? Okay? Ayun, yun din po ang isasagot. Kung may alam pa kayong iba, maliban sa nasa picture, wala namang problema. The more the merrier. So, pagdami, masaya. Okay? Sana lang tama. Okay? Tama yung ating i-research. So, ang bilis ng panahon. Friday na po tayo. And again, every Friday, stay at home and read a book. Kasi Reading Friday po tayo lagi. And every Saturday, meron tayong completion of task. O, diba? Tapos na natin ang ating week 2. So again, I hope marami pong makapanood para hindi tayo maligaw sa pagkasagot ng ating mga activities. And this is your English teacher, Ma'am Annie Ramirez. Salamat sa ating references, Pivot LFG7 Calabarzon. And of course, the images are from Google. Thank you and goodbye. And I hope this video will really help you a lot in answering week 2. God bless.